Welcome to the JCB Showcase here in the Demo Zone in Lamma 2026. Over the next 25 minutes, half an hour or so, we'll be showcasing a wide range of our JCB agricultural products. It's my honour, for the first 10 minutes of that time, to talk to you about the latest addition to the range of agricultural tractors, JCB's agricultural tractors. This is the brand new 6000 series tractor. This tractor has been engineered from the ground up to deliver the very best in power, precision and performance. So, although we've carried some of the complex over from the previous generation of fast tractors, it's a brand new tractor, new driveline, new chassis and everything. So it really is a ground up engineering project. And it's been about 5 years in the making, of which 2 of those years we spent testing with customers out in the field with real world applications to make sure it's absolutely on the able to do the things that we needed to do on the fly. So Poppy's going to be doing some manoeuvring machines. She's our trained stunt driver for this afternoon. Some of you might recognise her when you see her from the Grassman video. She did a really good in-depth review of this machine in Grassman. So make sure you check that out as well. So to kick things off, so under the bonnet, we've got a brand new engine in there. It's an FBT 6.7 6-cylinder engine, and that's delivering up to 335 horsepower and a maximum torque of 1400 newton meters. The beauty of this engine, it's got a really nice flat torque curve, so we've got a very wide RPM band that's giving you that maximum torque. So it's not revving really high to achieve those high power, it's just digging in and doing the job it's meant to do. There's also a 1000-hour service interval with this engine as well, so really looking at focusing on pinning down the total cost of ownership and making sure you get the best bang for the buck. So the engine is one part of the equation, but of course we've got to get that power down to the ground. So we've coupled the FBT engine with a brand new gearbox as well. So we've gone for a ZF CVT, so it's a 4-range ZF CVT transmission in this machine. And that's just a really nice, easy, intuitive way of getting that power down to the ground. So you've got 4 ranges throughout the speed range on this machine, but it's an auto range change. So unlike the 4000 series and the 8000 series, we're going to switch between high and low range, between field and road work. This tractor will auto change between them, so you get fantastic performance and precise speed control all the way from standstill up to the maximum speed, which is 66 kilometers per hour. The engine and the gearbox are controlled by what we call our Smart Transmission Control Software, or STC for short. That system is so intuitive, it's just designed to allow any operator to get the very best out of the productivity of the machine. There's no need to pre-select drive modes for different applications. You can just drive on the pedal, the joystick, the thumb roller, whichever is the operator's preference or whichever is best suited for the task. And the tractor changes between those modes automatically. It also sets the engine RPM and the gear ratio automatically as well, so you're not having to optimise the machine. You can concentrate on heading in the field, making sure the inputs do the job. The tractors do the hard work of working out what gear should be in, what rear should be in, and what it needs to be to deliver the best performance and the best efficiency as well. So that's what we've done under the bonnet. When you look at the side of the machine, we've stuck with a very classic fast track profile. So if you were to ask any small child to draw a picture of the tractor, it's very unlikely, even my children, that they would draw a fast track. With that large centrally mounted cab, full length rigid chassis, equal size wheels front and rear, and those suspended axles. So why have we done that? Why do we do them so differently to a conventional tractor? Well, it comes down to weight distribution. We spend all our lives out in the field optimising machines by adding weight and taking weight off. What this tractor does, it has a near 50-50 weight distribution between the front and rear axle without anything on there. So if you compare that with a conventional tractor, which could be 70% of the weight of the rear axle, by the time you put a cultivator on the back, you've got no choice but to put a big 1.5 to 2 ton weight block on the front. This tractor is near 50-50, so even when you've got those big inputs at the back, you don't necessarily need that heavy weight on the front just to balance it and get to the field. We try this with large sumo trio cultivators, and you can pick that up no problem without any weight off on the front. So that 50-50 distribution, the layout that we've got on the tractor works really well with another unique feature on the machine, which is our advanced double-acting suspension. So as I said earlier, the front and rear axles are both independently suspended. There's some obvious benefits to that. You get fantastic ride comfort, you get very stable handling, particularly high speed on the road. You've seen anti-roll bars to make it feel really nice and planted. But the thing that I don't think as many people appreciate about that suspension as well is how much it improves tractor performance. Because we can actively transfer weight from the front to the rear on the machine. So like I say, when you pick that big cultivator up, the big plough up, the tractor can lift the suspension at the back to transfer some of that weight forward and help keep it balanced, which can improve tractor performance of the machine. So, since day one, part of the core DNA of the Fast Track has been around not compromising on safety. So, safety has been built into every Fast Track we build, and none more so than with this one. So we've stuck with what we believe is the best braking system on the market for all tractors, which is our all-round external disc braking system. So each four corner has a disc and pan system. They're externally mounted. That's giving you really powerful stuff, but it's also very consistent, time and time again, because they can give off heat into the environment and you're not suffering from heat-related brake failures with this kind of system. We also have ABS as standard, so anti-lock braking system on there, so that whatever the conditions, we've got predictable, reliable braking with no locking wheels, no speed tractor. So one of the things you would have noticed as well while Poppy was demonstrating the track in the arena earlier was another unique feature, which is our four-wheel steering on the machine as well. So that is about getting more manoeuvrability out of this rigid chassis machine that we've got here. So to maximise the ability to take a 300 horsepower plus tractor, put it into some of those smaller fields that you wouldn't normally put that size of machine into, and still have the manoeuvrability in and out of the field and the headwind as well. It also means that you can do some fantastic things with the GPS, utilising four-wheel steering that no other tractor can do. So Poppy's going to talk us through some of the unique new innovative features that we've got on the GPS later. So just a couple of points of spec as well before we get into the talking about the detail inside the cab. 5-ton front linkage on this machine, so optional front linkage with 5-ton lift, and we've got 11-ton rear. We've got a maximum hydraulic flow of 205 litres per minute as standard, and if you need it, if you've got those really demanding hydraulic inputs, we've also got super high flow variant which delivers up to 410 litres as well. So it's not about just getting a little bit more than, so you've got those really demanding inputs, you can spec the machine up to that, basically you get a double size pump in that machine. So, final thing for me before I hand over to Poppy is just about one of the really unique ones, one of the brand new features that we've brought with this machine. We've not done it on the Fast Track before. You see it with the wheel guards that we've got on here. We've got a fully integrated central tyre inflation system as an option on the 6300 model. So that's all about making sure you can optimise tyre pressure when you go between the field and the road to make sure that you're getting the very best in terms of efficiency, pulling the power down to the ground, and also reducing tyre wear. It's all about optimising the machine. The fact that you can do that from the comfort of the cab and the flick of a switch, you can change between those pressures. So we've built the whole CTIS system around performance, efficiency, but also durability. And it's just a case of making sure that we're not going to be wearing those components out. We've increased the longevity by some of the ways we've designed how the system works. When we're inflating the tyres, for example, so we can inflate those tyres by barring pressure in around 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And you can do that at any forward speed. We don't limit forward speed for inflation. So you can head out, start heading out the field, hit the button, start to inflate, and carry on inflating as you go up to full road speed. To do that, we've got a twin head compressor, putting out about 600 litres per minute of airflow. And that's what gives us those quick inflation times. The issue is when you compress all that air down, it gets very hot. It gets up to about 150 degrees. The components inside CTIS systems, seals, the couplings inside there, don't like high temperature air, because that's what causes the premature wear on them. So we pass all that air through a two-stage cooling process to make sure we're bringing it back down to ambient temperature before it gets to those sensitive components. So, and that's actually including an intercooler, so like an air-to-air charge air intercooler in the cooling pack of the machine to actively bring that air down and be all around 100 degrees by the time we finish. When we're deflating the tyres, it's even quicker. It's 45 seconds to drop that pressure back down again. We do limit the speed that you do that to 30k. You don't really want to be dropping the bar of pressure for 45 seconds and trying to get 60k, so we do limit it for safety reasons on the deflation. But in terms of durability, again, we consider this. We want to make sure that we're not contaminating the seals with any dirt dirty tyre air, any of that grease or contaminant from inside the tyre. So we make sure we vent all that air directly at these wheel wells. And you can see and hear it around the wheel well here. What that means is that we're not passing any of that contamination back over the seals, causing undue wear, causing the lifespan of those components to fall down. So the combination of all these systems together is how we believe it's the most durable system out there, and it gives you the performance and the efficiency from the machine as well. Okay, so that's enough from me. I'm going to hand over live to the cab now. Poppy's going to talk to us a bit more about what's different inside. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the cab of the all-new 6000 Series Fast Track. So Tom showed you through all of the exciting new features that we've got on the outside of the machine. And just as we start off, you'll see that the cab and this armrest is very familiar to people that have seen our current product 4000 and 8000 series. This has been carried over from that Icon project because of the success that this system had offered in the field and the benefits that we were hearing that the customers were facing each day. So Icon, when we launched, was built on 3 core principles. iConfigure, which is the creation of a bespoke operating experience, which is your ability to assign functions directly onto your joystick using the simple drag and drop feature. In total, that gives you 13 configurable buttons and 6 proportional configurable controls, getting the most out of the tractor in your inputs. iConnect was the integration of precision agricultural technology, so GPS and IceBus, and utilising it alongside the unique features that the Fast Track offers. Last but not least was iControl, and that's how you operate the machine. So redefining your driving experience, giving you the ability to drive through your foot pedals, your joystick, your bum roller, and your cruise speeds, just allowing every operator to use the machine in the way that works most effectively for them. So that covers the things we know already about the tractor, but what's new with the 6000 series? Quite literally starting off with our push button start, so down by the key here, we now use this feature allowing you to start the machine just with the press of the button. So that offers the benefits of being able to manage your idle time more effectively. We use an auto start-stop feature in this tractor, so if you're idling over a certain amount of time, the machine will shut the engine off, reserving your machine hours and fuel usage as well. However, by having this button active, it means that the ignition power is retained to your screens and your GPS receivers, so then you're not having to do a complete machine cycle, key cycle, and wait for everything to reconnect the signal before you can carry on operating the machine. So again, just making it more efficient, easier to use. Another new feature in this area is auto-release park brake. So much like in most cars now, when you go to accelerate and pull away, the machine will automatically release the park brake on your behalf. So it is making it a more automotive feel cab with a more premium user experience. Another new feature here in our screen is the Layout Manager. So this is what allows you to create up to 5 fully configurable run screens. Again, much like in our joystick configuration, this is based on a simple drag and drop function where you assign the functions directly to where you want them on the screen, and then you can press and expand or move them around the screen as well. You have a huge amount of options that you can assign onto these screens, and like I say, up to 5 run screens that you can create to your needs. On one of the machines that you'll see in our stand in Model 17, you'll notice that there is an optional secondary screen available as well. This allows you to send the information directly from this screen up to the secondary one, allowing you to have double the information display. The second screen is fully configurable and functional as well, so you can use this in the same way that you can the primary screen. The second screen has no fixed location within the cab, meaning it can be mounted anywhere along the pillars, giving you the ability to make it fully flexible to the preference of each of your operators. Another new feature is through our advanced GPS, so the JCB guidance system. So similar as we do in our Icon series, we are still using Novotel to supply the GPS signal, but through a fully JCB developed interface, again offering that ease of use and familiarity. We use a Novatel Smart 7 and Smart 2 receiver, an industry first with a dual antenna solution that offers multiple benefits. First off, it gives us our heading from a standstill, so the direction of the machine as soon as you key on, and it offers improved accuracy of GPS at lower speeds. Both of the Novatel receivers are also equipped with what is called SPAN technology, and this gives you your GPS positioning under trees, around buildings, whenever there's cover and your signal is not as clear as it could be. It uses advanced algorithms and predictive positioning to predict where you are and track the GPS forward without losing any of your satellite signal. These receivers are fully integrated into the roof lining of the cab as well, which gives you peace of mind in terms of security too, as those are tucked away rather than exposed on the roof. Also within the GPS we have our auto headland turn feature, which works to do a full headland turn through a variety of different turn patterns, allowing you to maximise your operations and field efficiency. Alongside the unique features that the Fast Track offers, such as our rear wheel steering, we can utilise this in the GPS as well, as the tractor can offer the ability to use four-wheel steer GPS either inline or offset in a dog walk mode. Again, just maximising the operational efficiency of the machine. So last but by no means least is our Audio Pro Pack, which gives you four 6.5-inch speakers and a 6.5-inch subwoofer behind the passenger seat to offer the best possible sound quality, again improving your overall operator experience. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you would like to register your interest for a demonstration and be one of the very first to get this machine on farm, then please let myself or Tom know, or visit us at the JCB stand in Hall 17 to see the full product offering. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to Thomas and Poppy here. Just as Poppy starts off, I'll pass on to two more of the JCB team here at the demo zone in Hall 4. I'll let Poppy drive off first as a total of what's in here. That's not just down to the accent, I don't think. That was Tom and Poppy. I'll now pass on to Tim. That's John and Lucy.
Thank you, Wallace. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Poppy. Good afternoon, all. We're going to be moving on to the next JCB product range now. Lodal and myself and John have got some exciting new launches to show you today. JCB pioneered the telehandler back in 1977 with the 520 model, which is shown on stand today. Meaning for the past 49 years we have been developing engineering solutions to meet specific agricultural requirements, and today JCB are number one for materials handling. The JCB agricultural telehandler ranges from our smallest machine, 5144, up to our largest machine, 56080, and our highest reaching machine, the 532-100. But forever innovating, it's our pride and privilege to introduce to you our latest 7-metre models. The 54670 and the 55570 shown here. Focused at the biomass and poultry handling markets. We've got 4.5 ton capacity on the 546 and 5.5 ton capacity on the 555. Big, capable machines, but in a compact footprint inherent from our current 7-metre models. We've got horsepower ranges from 130 horsepower to 173, top travel speeds of 50 kph. Sway options also available. Together with this machine launch, it's also a technology launch, and JCB is delighted to introduce our operator assistance system, Intelligent Assist, offering return to dig functions, return to load, height, seat, ceiling limits, and forward reach limits, and together with that, all integrated demonstrating the sway chassis to axle leveling gear, offering 10 degrees of sway each way. If you'd like to find out any more information on these two new models, come and see myself and John, 417, stand 740, we'll be happy to chat to you. Thank you.
Thank you there to Tim and John over there. We're passing over just now to Joe and Pete. As you see some vehicles coming towards us, there is a lot behind us now, so I'll pass you over to Joe.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to cover now the Telemaster range, so essentially pivot steer machines. So JCB's been pioneering the telescopic wheel on the market for many years, since 1995. Since then, we've got well over 30 years of experience in designing TMs. The product range itself consists of 6 models. So we've got the smallest TM 110 here, as you can see here, followed by TM 220, 280, and all the way up to 420 as well. So the model range itself consists of 6 models, ranging from 1.1 tons lift capacity all the way up to 4.2 tons lift capacity. So a good range to suit everyone's wants and needs. So we're going to focus now on the TM110, which is the smallest model in the range. This model was launched over 12 months ago, and it's ideally suited as a secondary machine amongst most farms to back up the main running machine on the farm. So if you run a tractor loader, or a small telehandler, or a small pivot steer telescopic wheel loader, then this machine can also complement as a secondary backup machine on the main farm, carrying out all those compact daily duties where you need a much smaller machine to carry out the work. So dimensionally wise from the outset, so as Guy moves the machine around the audience, or around the arena should I say, height wise we're at 2.2 metres tall, so a relatively short compact machine, by 1.5 metres wide, so it's ideally suited for working among smaller confined areas. Power of the engine, so in terms of the powertrain itself, it's a 50 horsepower Perkins engine, so plenty of power for this size of the machine, okay, followed by a hydrostatic drive transmission, so we can really finely control the machine movement in and amongst and around confined areas. Now, at the moment we're at about 3.5 metres lift height, so we can comfortably stack bales to a certain height and allow us to do other tasks around the farm as well. And now we will move out to full reach, so showing the stability of the machine. So even at full reach, the machine is stable throughout. Now at this point, we can actually overload the machine and push it out even further, okay? So that's where the point the 15,000 system kicks in to start to protect the overload of the machine. But even at that point now, the machine is still stable. So this goes to show how stable the machine performs. Even at full reach, the machine can handle these 2 bales. So inside the cab itself, the joystick control itself is proportional boom extended retract, all controlled by 1 lever. So anyone currently running a TM today has that same as well. Towards the business end, so I call the carriage end of the machine, this one's fitted with a Euro hitch, so essentially anyone running a tractor loader, looking at maybe this machine as an alternative, or maybe as a secondary machine on the farm, you can use your existing attachments on the front of this model as well. From the outset, the machine itself can be configured with a number of options: smooth ride, extra work lights, a cab or a canopy options available as well. Diff lock axles are standard on this model, but it's just outlining the machine's performance. So thank you for your time. I'm going to pass you back now to the local guys who are going to cover the last model in our demonstration.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. So, good afternoon everyone. My name is John Monsell, and today I am delighted to preview the next generation of compact low-wall cab. So, the next generation cab will be launching on two new models. So the existing 530/60 and the new 526/60. So developing on the existing 525, but increasing the lift capacity by 100 kilograms to gain that 2.6 tons. So straight off the bat, you can see here the new cab has that nice curved windscreen, which we all know and love on the Series 3 mid-range. What that means is we've got improved visibility when lifting to height, stacking bales and so forth. As Tim comes around now, he'll open the door for us hopefully, and you'll see we've improved inside the cab as well. So a new foot pedal is used to release the steering wheel, keep that out of the way so we've got easy ingress and egress of the cab. Brilliant access as you can see when it's stowed away there. We've developed a new switch pack, again similar to the mid-range low door, to the right hand side of the joystick, keeping all those key buttons and functions just at a fingertips distance away from the joystick operating area. Within those keypads, we've also got 4 new hotkeys, which we can pre-program to common user functions like radio, lights, auxiliary functions and so forth. Then you can see on the screen, Tim here is using the new touchscreen display. So within this touchscreen display, we have 4 user profiles which we can configure. Otherwise, we can also configure attachment profiles depending on duty cycles and applications. Because within this display, we actually have the option to monitor and configure things like auxiliaries, which Tim's doing here, allowing us to slow down the speed of hydraulic flow. For example, if we're using a sweeper, we might not want it quite as quick. Or if we're using the grab, we might want fast aggressive movements with full power to the dig end. On top of that, everything's now integrated into that display, as I said, things like heating, radio, and much more. The externals of the machine then, the machine itself, both 530/60 and 526/60 are now fully tractor homologated. So that's T1A tractor homologation, as we see on the likes of the Agri mid-range as well. What that means is, on the likes of the 530/60 here at the back of the machine, we have twin line hydraulic braking, so safer for trailer towing, but also increasing towing capacity. Coupled here, obviously, with the hydraulic pickup hitch, but we have a range of hitches which we can have fitted, including rocket jet clevis. And this also comes obviously with your trailer electrics and other trailer functions as well. Top speed on this machine is 40 kph, with the 526 being 30 kph. Yeah, I'm conscious of time, so we'll hand back, but thank you. We're in all 17, if anyone wants to come and jump in this cabin and have a further look with any questions. Thank you.
Do you either have fruit or mummy's phone? What do you want? Oh, we've got the little one coming now with the brushes on.
That really is not much break here at the demo showing, guys. We go from one to the next pretty much straight on from the one before. Thank you to John and Peter and the rest of the JCB team, Tom, Paul